I don't know. I don't want to. I don't want to talk about it. I'm already tore up about this. My 2-year-old brother's dead because of me now. I should have
Well,
been
because of
watching
you.
him. Because I was supposed to be watching him. That's my job. You know, ever since my dad disappeared, that's been my job. Is you know being the man of the house, and I kind of and I failed.
Well, that's how we learn, right?
Kind of a little rough to say that, right? I mean, I just lost my brother.
No, it's not rough.
Well,
If you were perfect all the time, you wouldn't learn anything from it.
uh, I guess.
Still weird about your dad, though.
Yeah, yeah, it is. He goes, well, I'm gonna lay down and get some sleep now. I'm not in the mood to talk. And he, kind of just shuts the door and kind of gives you the old "I'm out of here, going to bed" routine. You know what I mean?
No. Hey, I walked back downstairs, still puzzled at the plot holes.
Right. I see Sam coming back down, and I of course make my way over to him. So, how long they been keeping him down there in the basement, Sam?
Apparently not.
What?
As RC said, he was in there yesterday, in the basement.
What?
That don't make no damn sense. He
How
can't
is it?
just.
How is it possible that could enter the house, open up the basement door, get
Well,
kid?
that's what I'm thinking too, Mr. Jack, but RC was not forthcoming on how all that might happen, so I suspect maybe RC was keeping him there, and not his
Really?
mother.
You think he was lying to you then?
Yeah,
Huh.
but he is upset that his little brother got eaten, though.
I imagine he is.
He does say it's his fault.
Yeah, they do have
Yeah,
like a basement cellar, with like the kind of like the double doors,
But
like
like
from
the tornado doors on the
yeah,
outside
yeah,
and shit. I got you. I
yeah,
got you.
like from the Wizard of Oz or something like that. The
Oh, so you
basement
don't
doors on the
necessarily
side of
have
the
to go
house.
inside the house to get into the basement. I got
No, no, the basement doors on like the side of the house.
you. That changes it a little bit.
Where we left off was you were at the basically at the end of the funeral. You had talked to Sam. Well, Sam had actually gone up and talked to RC. Everybody else is kind of congregating outside now.
Yeah.
As everybody else is kind of congregating outside, the whole community, you know, all of a sudden you hear to one of your sides. It don't matter what side. You can hear James kind of getting a little heated, talking about what in the hell happened on the run this morning because you did not answer or respond. We didn't know what happened, So, as everybody said, you guys notice this because you guys are survivors. You guys are always paying attention to your surroundings. Most of the
yeah.
citizens here at Hertshire, they're not like you guys, and so you can hear James and Michael having a discussion with Daryl, and they're talking about the battery went dead, and one of the Daryls is telling Michael that there is a horde of a very large horde, probably in the hundreds of these living dead shamblers that are coming towards Hirschbeck,
Oh shit.
and they're probably about 2 days off, 3 days off max. But they're talking about and without and this guy's Daryl's pretty excited, so James and Michael kind of pull him to the side, and as they pull him to the side, they get a little bit closer to where you guys are at because you guys are kind of on the outskirts of everything. You're not I know how you guys are. You guys are not in like the middle of anything. You guys are always kind of like watching the, especially with like
Standing
Agent
from the
41 and stuff.
sideline.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
So, cause I'm getting used to you guys, all of you guys, all of you trained assassins and shit. So,
Exactly.
you know,
It's the apocalypse. What are you gonna do? Sit around knitting?
whoa.
No offense.
Oh,
It is a useful skill in the apocalypse.
It is indeed.
Till you
Oh,
run out of
indeed.
yarn.
Especially when we get the cold weather.
Till you
or
run out
when
of
you
yarn.
Well, then you take other things and make bigger things.
Zombie flesh,
well,
for instance.
or if you are knitting, it's also 2 weapons you have in case of emergency.
There you go.
Sly, what's up?
I do
Mr.
have
Pippin, what's
metal
up?
needles.
How's it going, guys?
All right. So yeah, we standing on the outside of the mob here, Dave.
Yeah, and James and Michael and the Darrells, they're kind of going to the side, and he's like, well, we didn't know what the hell happened to you guys this morning because you didn't answer. And one of the Darrells was explaining how the battery that they had for the radio died. It must have not charged right, or the battery must not be working as it once did. But they go on, and he's starting to get a little bit excited, and Michael and James are doing a good job of keeping him calmed down, so they're not alerting the entire community of Hirschbeck that there's hundreds of these shamblers that are coming in a straight beeline for the community. So all of a sudden James and Michael they're looking at each other, and they're kind of talking about, well, can we take him? And James is like, we don't have. Michael's he seems like he's probably in the favor of taking these things on. But then James is trying to be the rational one here and say, we don't have enough trained folks with weaponry, and we don't even have enough ammunition. We don't with the people that aren't trained, they damn sure ain't gonna be able to shoot good enough to take these damn things down. And
How about the fire?
well, do you say that to James?
Mm-hmm. Am I standing there?
No, you guys are probably about 10, 15 feet away, but I mean
Close enough
they
to
kind
hear
of
him anyways.
yeah exactly. They've come over by you guys, but like I said, they've kind of segregated themselves away from the major populace of the community that's all kind of mingling because of Brian's death and stuff. So, but and even the Darrells, they say that they would have been back a little while ago, but they had to take care of stragglers and a couple small groups. So, and then you tell them, what about fire? And then James and Michael kind of look at you like, oh shit, you're not supposed to hear that. Kind of like the deer in the headlights type of routine. And then he goes, what do you mean by fire?
Well,
and
it's a good way
Michael
to
says that. Go ahead, Sam.
well, it's a good way to take care of a lot of things that move slowly, right?
Are you talking about setting the forest on fire? I mean, wouldn't that probably draw a bunch more if you set the place on fire?
I was when I hear that of the fire, what about if we make like a little pit that we can let them come in, and that is on fire? The forest would not get on fire then, and they still would fall in. And like the
So sort of
edges
like
we
a
can put-
trap then. Yeah, but
yeah, like a trench.
James says,
Yeah, they could-
any kind of noise, this thing's here for miles. So, I mean, it just seems a little risky, and even shooting guns is risky. He said, because this thing's here, it seems like they can hear for miles.
What about bows and arrows and stuff? Do y'all ain't got none of that kind of stuff around here?
They said hundreds, right?
Well,
He
there's
said hundreds, yeah.
yeah. One of the Darrells says, yes, sir. There's probably about a couple hundred of those things coming on down. They're coming in a big old horde of those zombies right there in the middle of the forest, coming straight for Hirschbeck. Yes, sir. Yes,
What
sir.
are these walls made of?
Just like a plaster, one of those sort of cement slash plaster type of mixtures.
They're not wooden walls, though, right?
No, it's definitely solid. I mean, it's not gonna withstand the barrage of like a tank or anything, but it definitely stopped shells from the bandits that were trying to
Well,
take Hirschbeck.
instead of setting the woods ablaze, we lure them to the wall. We could rake them, pile up a bunch of leaves at the walls, and then just set it afire as they come up against the wall.
Or you
Why
could
don't
just lure them to the bandits.
get to the wall and then get some long pointy sticks and just start stabbing them in the head? Anybody can do
Or
that.
lure them to the bandits. A good idea, also. But as soon
Yeah.
as they finish them off, they'll just be here.
Then the bandits will turn into zombies and we'll have them every damn where.
Or because they're the military, maybe they have enough bullets to withstand hundreds.
Well,
And
they have
to
some
the most-
Hummers. They have a couple
Yeah,
of those
but-
Hummer trucks. Yes, sir.
If we lure them to the military, they can probably take out a lot of them. Then
Well-
we have advantage here because there are less
Even
zombies
if they
then.
lose. Yeah, like Jack says, even if they lose, they'll take out a good number of them.
Well, you see the military base is about 12 miles. I reckon probably about 12 miles over yonder, and that'd be a long hike to take them those shamblers that long. Don't you think, Wood? Huh? Come on back.
Well, how far away are they from us? Over. Copy.
We,
No, you said
Yep.
2 or 3 days, so I know how
they're
hard
about.
it is.
I'd say they're worst case scenario 2 days, best case scenario 3 days. But yes, sir, they're coming right on for. They're coming right on for us. Yep.
Well,
I
you
think we
could-
should use some guerrilla tactics or something. Then a couple of experts to go out there and just pick them off silently as we can. Distractors on the edges.
Everybody just looks right at Sam.
All right.
Age of
She's
41. Where is
she's already
she?
put black face paint on.
Everyone looks at me. I say, I've got the matches.
So as you guys are kind of talking, you hear a couple gunshots. I mean, they're
Whoa.
close. They sound like a large caliber rifle or something. And
Are we under attack?
you can hear the radio, and you can hear one of the guards on one of the walls say, "Yep, there's about 3 of those shamblers, and we just took them out, so we're good to go." But just a little, just a couple shamblers, but just sort of like the ear-piercing sound of a gunshot as everybody's kind of
Just what we
mourning and talking with but he says, "Oh, it's nothing. They're all gone now."
We
There
need some motherfucking silencers.
there was 3 of them. We got them. But you hear about 5-6 gunshots to kill 3 of them. So
Oh my god. Yeah. Sam, you want to burn these motherfuckers with fire bad, don't you?
yeah, and Father Kenneth he comes over and
Okay.
and Miss James he kind of lets the father know, and the father says, "Oh Lord, heaven help us now. We just, oh my gosh, what are we gonna do, Mr. James?" And then James goes on to he's thinking, hey, maybe guys we could do a possible evacuation. I mean, we've been trading, with the sanctuary for a little while. Maybe we can seek refuge there for a couple days, and then when the horde passes, maybe we can come back.
I mean, y'all got walls, though. Just hide behind the walls, right?
Yeah, they have walls. They have gates, but they're not very fortified. But they've got cars that they park behind them. And
Yeah,
stuff, so-
I mean,
well,
they
basically
can be fortified
push.
in 2 days' time, though. I mean, especially
Yeah.
with Jack, he
Yeah.
can build a damn titanium chicken coop in front of the damn
What
gate
about-
or
Yeah.
something.
And if they
What
could
about-
also casket in half a night.
What about if?
What's up, Weeping Jay? Good
I
to
hear
see you,
you
buddy.
say about taking. What about the women and children? If and the people that are
We got
Not
the
able
elderly. Well, hey,
to shoot.
you know what I'm saying, Jack? It's
take
not
them
like
to
we're gonna.
sanctuary.
That's what I'm talking about. It's not like we're going to put, Miss Stillman or anything, put a rifle in her hand. Hell, she's knocking on heaven's door right now. She's horrible. She's got cancer already. I mean, she ain't going to be able to hold no gun. She's going to shoot it and fall over. She's going to fall over like a cone. I don't know, Mr. James. And, James said, well, maybe we can, he kind of suggests maybe we can take a couple of the working vehicles that we do have left and maybe kind of bus everybody over to the sanctuary, maybe trade them some supplies to where we can, stay there for a couple of days and come back, and then it would give us a chance. Maybe they could lend us a couple people and we can try to defend these things off.
What makes a sanctuary so great?
Well, I've never been there personally, but Daryl, and Daryl, they've been close by, and they've got a pretty large community. But it's just a mutual agreement that we trade. We're not violent with one another, and we always help each other out. So it's just two communities trying to survive and trade with one another and survive like that. But then there's the bandits, and they have control of the military base. So, and they have all of the they have all of the military weapons. They have all of the military vehicles, and so Anime Frank.
Well,
Anime, thanks so much,
personally think
Anime.
abandoning this place is a bad idea, guys. I think we
I
can
don't want
defend
to
this
either.
place.
I don't mean. I would say let's
Thank you,
try
Anime.
to get them over the zombies over to the military place.
I just don't
And
know
then
if that's going to work.
Yeah, but
I mean,
And in the
especially you think
meantime-
about it, Mr. Jack. I know you're good with chicken coops and all that, but we have to figure out the logistics of getting them. Those things are 2 days away, sir. And then we gotta take them another probably day or two worth of a march, even more south. So we can have to wrangle those things around Hirschbeck here.
Well, it's only days away if you're walking, not if you're using one of those few
There's
cars. that you
horses
have
or
left.
horses or something, yeah.
Well, maybe Daryl and Daryl.
yeah, but
They can take their steeds and do it. Yeah, that's possible.
oh, the estate that's in between the military camp and where the horde is coming from.
I'm about with Sam now. I think we should just burn the motherfuckers.
Yeah, then it's maybe better to lay some traps.
Yeah, I think that might work. But but I don't want to take the chance of.
How close is the forest to the settlement here?
There's a field, where the church is, and the dairy farm.
Yeah, and you also have to think that if you burn down the forest, you're also burning down the deer with it, and there
That's
goes
true,
our
that's
food
true.
supply.
Yeah.
Uh,
And old Mr. Kenneth, man, Father Kenneth, he says, "Hey, yeah, we can't do that. That's how we survive, and that's how we sustain. Is that deer meat? God bless the deer meat. I'm telling you, the good Lord looking out for us on that. Yep.
Well, we just pile up all the
Dude.
vegetation against the walls and dig a fire break around it.
Mm-hmm.
And
what
as soon as
about
they get in range, just set it ablaze.
what about putting like stakes up like this in the forest?
Yeah, I see what you're saying. You think they walk right into them or something, Jack?
Yeah. Or put a trench with those stakes on and have like some noisemaker on the other side. So they just go into the trench and hopefully we get a lot of them.
But that was
That's
what I
right.
was saying, though. Get a group of people that are somewhat experienced with dealing with these things. Get some long pointy sticks, and go out there and start sniping the ones on the outskirts. Thin them down a little bit,
And then take them to the take them down south to the military base.
Or
Maybe
take them
kinda lure 'em
somewhere.
that
yeah.
way.
Divert their path away from this place, anyways.
I think that
Yeah.
that could work.
I mean, burning them sounds like an easy way to deal with this,
Yeah,
but we got to worry about the ecosystem of the forest and stuff. We got
but
to worry about getting that deer meat.
Yeah, and
like what
if they
Sam said, we could just pile all the foliage, the dead foliage, up in the area, and
Yeah,
maybe dig a trench around the walls. Hopefully, we'll dig it to where the wall won't fall over. It'll fall right in, and then the zombies come right over the wall and falls
of
over.
course.
We don't want to do that. You
You
know.
just need to break the grass.
Yeah,
into the dirt.
that's what I think we might do. But what do you think? You think we should still try to get with the sanctuary and maybe
Well, I mean,
maybe try to get some help from them or something?
at least getting rid of the people, the non-combatants, up to sanctuary. It sounds like a sound idea.
Why not all of the above?
Yeah, I feel you on that. Dig a trench. A trench ain't gonna hurt to start with. I mean, I feel like we should already have a big ass trench around this place, full of damn spikes and shit.
Yeah.
So I'd suggest having a plan B for the sanctuary, just because they are willing to trade foods.
Right.
whatnot,
That don't
doesn't mean that
necessarily mean they're gonna shelter everybody. Exactly.
or even have the room. Now they may think, oh, well, you're coming this way because of a horde. What makes them think that the horde's not following those people?
Exactly.
Well, they are at they are actually in a town, like I was saying, and they're on the outskirts of that town, basically barricaded in, and they don't have a problem. But I see what you're saying, though. Do they have enough room for, there's
All these
probably
people.
50 people total, at Hirschbeck, and maybe 25, 30 of them are probably useless. So, not useless. I mean, they're good, contributing members of the community. But I'm talking on like a survival type of, situation, as in like killing these zombies and
useless
stuff.
combatants.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, but we only got 2 days at the least to do this. I don't know. I don't see digging the trench is gonna take it's gonna take a lot longer than 2 days. I feel, Sam.
Why don't we try to get them to
You don't have
the?
to dig far.
Okay, just a
Just
light
break,
a light
just
trench.
break the grass. You just won't stop the fire.
Okay.
That's all. Not to make a moat.
Why don't we try maybe with us to get them to the military camp, while the rest of the community prepares defenses.
Well, yeah, we can worry about the diversion. Let's go ahead and, James, let's go ahead and prepare, Hirschbeck now. What kind of.
All right.
I think that would probably work.
So I guess we can start divvying up the work then. I guess, James.
You guys have plows here, right? That you use the
Oh, yeah.
horses to pull?
No, we don't have plows. No, they don't have plows. All of the gardening is done by hand. And shovel and hose and stuff like that.
Alright, we'll break out the gardeners.
Well, let's get the least physically fit people to kind of gather the foliage or whatever that's still out here
Yeah.
that we're gonna put in this thing.
Yeah.
Let them be on that duty then.
Yeah, and during this time, Caitlin and Jeff they come over and they kind of hear what's going on also, and Jeff kind of starts again with the whole military base thing, and Caitlin says, "Why don't you just take the kids back to the house? Let's not start this here." So they're getting into a little bit of tension there, and so Jeff takes the girls, heads back to the house, and the father and James, they want to discuss with the community. There's 50 residents here, and they need to, we're going to have to talk to them. If maybe some of them would want to try to go to maybe the sanctuary. I don't know. That's something that we're going to have to discuss. But I'm all for fortifying Hirschbeck, and taking the the advice of fortifying the wall, what Sam was saying, and I don't have a problem with that, and I don't have a problem with the diversion either that Jack was talking about. So maybe we can do like a 2-for-1, and
Yeah.
take care of all of
The
the
diversion ain't gonna take too many people. I don't
Yeah.
feel. I mean, these things are gonna follow noise. From all we've learned about
Yeah.
them, they will follow noise.
Maybe-
One man on a horse with some damn noise maker
Maybe-
of some kind can lead the whole horde away. I feel.
Yeah, if like the devils on the horses can maybe try to lure them away towards base, military base.
yeah. Well, that's
Well, we prepare the community here.
Well, that's the whole thing. James and Father, they said we've talked about it, and we would not want to lose you guys as part of the community because you guys have. It seems like you guys have. You're number one. You're a hell of a good shot, and number two, you guys have the expertise of making it on your own, compared to what our most of our citizens here in Hirschbeck. They can't take care
But
of
we don't want
themselves
nobody
if
to die,
they're around.
James.
Well, no, we
lose
don't.
Nobody.
We don't want anybody to die either. So, I'm still thinking we should at least try to take the elderly and the children to.
Yeah, I
to
don't
the
disagree with
sanctuary.
that. I don't disagree with that.
But I
do
If
wanna
they'll
try
have
to
them, if
divert
they'll
that
have them,
horde.
I'm all for that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes,
but
very
we
good
do
plan.
all the above.
Yeah.
So
You say you got
Yeah.
a vehicle. I mean.
yeah, we've got a
if
couple
it's enough to-
vehicles. We've got
If
a
it's
couple.
enough to get all the non-combatants into, I mean, and I would suggest getting on that right away. Get those people up there and at least see if the people are willing to take them in. If not, then there's that. But still, I mean, it's worth the shot.
Yeah, Daryl. They'll go ahead and they'll get in contact with him, and the father says, yeah, and basically what James is trying to say is, we could downright just use your help. We just don't want you to leave on us. If you know that there's a couple hundred of these boogers coming our way, we'd like to have your help. And
But
we'd
no,
be
I
gracious for
ain't
it.
gonna leave, Father. That's what I'm saying. I ain't leaving this place. That's the last thing I'm gonna do. I'm not gonna leave here. I will stand on the damn wall with a long pointy stick and kill every single one of them if I have to. But
That's a good thing.
But we just trying to figure out a way to not have to come to that.
Yeah, to get the least amount right up to the wall.
Yeah.
No, that's a good thing. Yeah, it's just a good thing that they have been trading these supplies with the nearby city, the sanctuary, because they've actually got a pretty good rapport with them. So Daryl says he's going to take off, and in fact they actually get on their horse and horses and basically take off. And they said that they'll be back later on tonight,
Okay.
later on this evening, or because it is in the morning, later on in the afternoon or evening, they'll be back as soon as possible. And Daryl even tells you that one of his brothers will even go out and check on the horde to see if it's still coming this way or whatnot. So
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah, we're gonna be working on that trench then, I suppose. I am. I'm gonna grab the first shovel I get a hold of. Take off my shirt, of course, tie it around my head, and get out there and flex my muscles, dig some holes and shit.
you're a beautiful, glistening ebony
Yeah,
skin.
yeah. The sun, and like these prism effects, lens flares are coming off. The beads of sweat that are coming off of my ebony,
Ting,
my muscular,
ting.
firm ebony body.
Was there also a river close by, if I remember right?
Yeah, there's a
There was a
stream.
stream,
Yeah.
a creek.
Yeah, it's like it's a stream. There is a I guess you could say there's like a spring, but it's about 15 miles away, 20 miles away. But it's it's way out of the way. It's up in the hills.
I was thinking maybe make that patch we are making for to stop the fire. Maybe make it also a little bit muddy. It slows them down.
Yeah,
Okay.
sure. I mean, whatever's as long as we have time for all this. I mean,
If we have time.
you figure.
I mean-
Let me make sure I understand what Sam wants to do here. Now, what we're gonna do with all this foliage and underbrush and stuff, Sam?
We'll put that right against the wall, because that's where the zombies are gonna go.
Okay, right against the wall.